Are we live?
Oh no!
Oh my god.
Oh no!
We're live.
That I'm wearing a Spider-Man T-shirt.
What's up, everybody?
Instead of my apologies,
Hey,
folks.
you know what's
I
funny?
didn't even know who I was there without that thing on.
I'm sitting next to a Party Source employee.
So next to the Party Source employee, guys, here we are. We are live at the Party Source YouTube reviews. I'm sorry about this, folks. We said we'd go live at about 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, at noon. Traffic unfortunately hit us. We got stuck, as well as other issues.
Technical
as you can
difficulties.
See,
I'm not taking the blame for this one. Sorry.
We're not doing our event. I couldn't get the proper software installed, so I apologize. So this is Greg's Fare Thee Well, and
Is this my last video, J.O?
I hope not, but we're doing the Provincia.
You know what? Just tell everybody it won't be, okay? Just because I'm going from Party Source,
This
the
is
place I love so much, it doesn't mean we're not going to go live some more.
Yeah, well, you and I
we
can,
say
we
we
can
said
do
we
it,
wind
so.
out the summer and some of the fall with it, okay?
Yeah.
Even you know, I got a little time, and we'll do this. I mean, it sounds good to me, you know.
It really does. It does sound nice. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
And
I love cigars,
let's
man.
see here.
God, I cannot wait to try this.
Yeah, okay, so would you tell them a little bit about this Provincia as I'm getting our comments set up over here?
Well, we got some new Eric Espinoza. I'll tell you what, this is one shortly before I left. You know, I've been waiting on this blend to come out. I was reading a lot about it. Features a La Habana wrapper on it. I mean, beautiful. It's got an old school Cuban box press on, as you can see. See there? Go right there, and then it's really nice, man. That
Yeah.
thing. And you know, the foot, the initial like cold draw, the smell to it, everything. Oh my god, it's classic Espinoza. I can't wait to try it.
There we
really
go.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, that's classic Espinoza. Wow, we're about interesting. It's like 3-second delay over there. That is weird. Okay, so here we go. We are going to talk about it and fire it up here.
Let's do it.
You gonna hole punch it or are you gonna clip it?
You know,
prefer
I
hole
like
punch.
You do the whole punch. I'll do the clip. If you don't mind
Okay.
grabbing my cutter right there behind the monitor. That's it.
You got that serrated one, that
I
heavy
feel like we're on the
duty
Food Network. I mean, can you imagine if we had food out here? Hey, Joe, this pizza's got an ironic, delicious flavor to it. You know, it's great.
All right, so just a little talk here. This is only a limit of 300 of these made. As you can see, it is a rocking one, so it'll open up here. You'll have your cigars in there, and so as you can see, it will sway. Now, I'm going to go ahead and hole punch mine. I prefer the hole punch because I just like the draw better.
Right.
I'm
glad I wore shorts today.
Yeah.
A little warm out here.
It is a little bit warm, but it's
And what's
not
funny
a
is I
total
showed up
smoke.
without my infamous hat on. One of them anyway. The other one, people can find in the humidor. It's resting high atop the guitar in the humidor, like some kind of stuffed T-Rex. So.
Stuffed T-Rex.
But no, it's all good, man. I wanted to leave a little bit behind to you know, show the people how much I love them, how much I miss them, and not to mention our amazing customers. I mean, you know, God, the customers. We just had what a ride that's been for me. I mean, just it was just words don't put it.
Oh, we got Ben the bartender with us. What's up, Ben?
Hey, Ben.
We are going to be firing up. We're firing up the Los 6 Provincia, which only about 300 cases of these lovely sways were made. Only 6,000 of these cigars were made, and it was fantastic. Fantastically cool setup.
Sorry about that.
It's like, wow, I was like torching.
It puts out smoke like a power plant. I love that.
It's wonderful.
You know, a lot of people don't mention that sometimes in cigars. When it comes to flavor,
oh my gosh,
the more smoke, the bigger, easier draw the smoke, the more flavor you're gonna pull out of that cigar. That works that way for me. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What flavor on that? So I'm gonna jump right in there. So don't go anywhere just yet, guys. We got some treats coming down since this is Greg's Fire Away. I thought a beat of root beer would go very well with this, and which I thought would. Lovely Abita root beer, Louisiana. But that's not what I'm going for. Oh gosh,
that
is
initial
lovely. Start
first
describing
first quarter flavor on this guy, just like all the other reviews we've done. I mean, this little guy is just, I'm getting everything from almonds to bread to toast
You nailed it with that
to
toast.
a very much a
Man, there's even like elements of fruit in there, like plum. Looky
Yeah.
here. Here's what I
well
got
blended
for us.
cigar. Nice
One
wrapper on
of
that guy, too,
my
look at that.
favorite of all times. Home style from Bearded Iris.
I've never had it.
What's up, Delilah's Guppies? It's good to see you joining us. We are doing some awesome cigar pairing with some other items out here.
Yeah.
This is Greg's last day, but he says he'll be back.
Oh
So,
yeah.
but first off, we're going to talk about
Not done yet.
this beer here, which I'm hoping pairs very well with it. This is Home Style from one of my favorite breweries, and it is wonderful. Oh, I didn't know you love cigars, Dyla. Am I saying that right?
You know, I'm glad to see people chiming in like that.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
this right here, I'll be straight with you. I really wish this is the kind of setting we could have. I mean, I love Studio 1A. You know, all the videos we did in there was fantastic.
Dila, my apologies.
But I would love for people to interact like that. I mean, when you're going live, there's nothing better than having people chime in
Oh, goodness,
and
yes.
tell you if they've had the cigar, or if you know, hey, even though I'm not employed with Party Source right now, I'll tell you what.
I miss you, bro.
Oh man, I miss you guys bad. Miss you guys bad. I really do.
Okay, now I'm also going to show off
But-
the box, which is on a swing. But okay,
It's awesome.
so yeah, it's on a swing.
I love you, Eric. That's
okay,
awesome.
So real quick
I'm gonna
about
put
this.
if I make one day, I'm gonna put it in a hammock. I think we're gonna have a hammock sits in the yard and say, there you go.
Oh,
But
man.
no,
Okay, so this is
chime in. Tell them to chime in. I mean,
Chime
if
in,
you
guys. Start talking.
Anybody.
We appreciate it.
If you want to say hi,
we
anything
got,
like that, we're here, man.
This is Home Style, which is a hazy IPA.
Ooh,
and,
wow.
Oh,
The
gonna be
fruit on that.
butter bomb.
Medium.
Ever tried that smoke? Only 9.
Oh
it's
my
only,
gosh.
I know. Only 6,000 of these were made, Ben.
Kidding me.
Well worth your time to come in and check it out. Pick one up.
Yeah.
It
You know something?
smokes beautifully.
I've been a
It's
notorious
velvet.
bourbon guy.
Mhm.
Just notorious.
Oh,
Bourbon. I'm like a bourbon and rum guy with my cigars, but I'll tell you what, you have the best knack for pairing a beer that I've ever seen. I mean, this
appreciate
is
that.
like, to think this combo right here is going to go great. This is everything.
Well, I brought
Oh
one of
my
your
God.
favorites for later.
Of course, yes.
Long Branch, one
Oh
of his
my God.
favorites of all time.
Actually, I'll word it like this. It's one of my new favorites. You know what? I'm one of the classic guys. I'm
put
big
that
Buffalo
aside
Trace guy, all that. But when I tried that, I've never had a bourbon that drinks like a high-end scotch. I mean, that Long Branch is fabulous.
Oh my goodness, this is like
This is the way every day should be.
this is velvet with butter, and it is like eating a buttery toast
Yes.
when smoking this and taking a drink of
Yeah.
Home Style here, which I'm going to put the Home Style can right here with it so you guys can see. Prepared to be like Batman. Nice.
I like it.
Definitely. Expect the best, but always plan for the worst, is what I say. And so even though, you know, make sure you have your good products ready. And man,
Absolutely.
this cigar is phenomenal.
I got, there's so much flavor going on here. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. This beer could go with so much. Not just certain food groups, but I mean great cigars, you know, and this is what it's all about. When your day is done,
Mhm.
you come out, grab you a good cigar. I mean, serious quality. I mean, you know, we're obviously just came in from the
You
trade
shut
show.
me
We're
up. I
promoting
just
this.
started talking.
No, and I mean, it's one of those things where you want to enjoy a good cigar like this, man, at the end of the day. You know, even with the time I've had open, stuff like that, I've not only caught up on my sleep, but believe me, I'm still sitting enjoying a good cigar when my day's done, because I've been doing a whole lot of work at home, things like that. So a lot of entrepreneurial endeavors, things like that, and then
Okay,
possible
now Ben
big
wants to
move
know, you
coming.
think this is a good morning smoke? I'd say this is morning, supper, and dinner, man.
Well, you know, everybody's preferences are different. This would be a good morning smoke for me, okay?
Mhm.
Only because I've been doing this for about 30 years. But this,
Only
yeah,
30.
Only 30.
Only 30.
I know, right?
I've only been doing this for what, about 6 months now? Cigar. I've been pairing the cigars, just not smoking them.
I would say the number one thing you're going to take away from it is that cigars are a good lifestyle. I mean,
I'll say one thing. It's just
I've met the greatest people in the world over a good cigar.
A good cigar is relaxing at the end of the day. You were so true, Dila.
That's right.
So true.
I mean, any time of day. I mean, it's great. It's a lifestyle. I mean,
I chug first. Take a drink.
Don't inhale, J.O. You did not inhale.
No comments.
Oops.
No comments.
Yeah, I'll have one more beer, please.
Where is this at? Okay, Games and Ammo. We are. This is the Party Source.
We're in Hawaii. We're at our resort in Hawaii.
We are at the original filming location, which is the Party Source is located in Bellevue, Kentucky.
Yep.
Presently, we are in my backyard, so we are just giving a last hurrah off for Greg, just so we can enjoy. But the Party Source is located. Cheers. Laughing at Ben's comment there.
I love it.
Okay, so anyway, Games and Ammo. The Party Source is the world's largest employee-owned liquor store. I was there earlier to see this, and it's Josh, Greg, good goofy. Who is this? We're curious. If there's any issues with streaming, let us know. Josh Cross. Or Kraus?
Josh Kraus. Hey, Josh. What's up, buddy? I know you were asking where this was. Yeah, we just went to J.O.'s backyard here, and we're filming this live, so that's where we are. It wasn't directly at
normally
the Party Source, and I think one day I'll come back in. Well, you know what we'll do? Maybe how about we do another live stream, perhaps behind Braxton or something like that.
Not much, just at work, sadly, he says. All right. So
it's almost over, brother.
Now, let's see here. We can't smoke in any building in Kentucky. And unfortunately, the noise level is too much at the Party Source. So we thought, because we're right next to the freeway, and unfortunately that does get really loud. And so we can't really just sit and talk and describe this lovely cigar and this delicious beer. And there we go. We're checking out Games and Ammo here. Oh my God, cool webpage. Nice.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right. Waiting for the invite. Tell you what, Ben, if you're in the area, come on over.
Absolutely.
We'll fire you up. You're welcome, Games and Ammo. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to put that down for a second, and I'm going to break out.
Tell you what. This is probably one of the better, newer super premiums I've had in a while.
That is an.
I mean, no question.
Try it with the Long Branch.
The Long Branch. Now he's talking my language.
I know you this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you know, for a relatively newer bourbon, for a relatively newer one, I gotta say, the smoothness of this stuff is incredible. I don't know. For me, I mean, the way they filtered it over mesquite coals is just did a good job. Matthew McConaughey.
Teamed up with
got with Russell.
Good old Russell.
And they made this. So if you get a chance.
Oh, hey, Rob Aquatics. Good to see you in. Dropping in for the show.
It's already an allocated product too.
Well, not totally and fully allocated is bad. They're still pumping it out, but I'm going to talk real quick about the cigar box again. Only 300 of these were made. They're on a swing. The cigars themselves are about $14 a cigar. 300 of these, 6,000 of the cigars were made. The cigar is a buttery, toasty, man, a little bit of sweet fruit. Velvet, toasted marshmallow.
No doubt. I was getting that too. I'm looking at his fire pit behind us, and all I can think of is s'mores. And this
thanks,
thing.
Ben.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
So
we were pairing it with home style here, hazy IPA, one of our favorites at the Party Source, and we are now going to try it with Long Branch. Really brings out the mallow.
the oak, the amount of oak, there's quite a bit. I think there's quite a bit in Long Branch. The amount of oak in that is really pulling out. A lot of almond.
Yeah, Trish, this is not a normal day for us here on a Thursday, but it's now for him. Normally on Thursdays I'm nose deep in a computer doing all this editing, but I could get used to this live streaming. The flubs, if they happen, I don't have to worry about
I can get used to this lifestyle. This is great.
Good.
Wish all of you guys could join us. We really do.
Really do. You know,
that would be cool. We need to do that.
You know what? Tell you what. We meet at the party source. We all just go out back behind Braxton, buy us a cigar, and then we get us a nice pint of something from Braxton Labs, and we could even pick us up a bottle of bourbon or something.
Absolutely.
Just enjoy.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Which one I like better?
Got a little ant.
Yeah, I do have carpenter ants out here, but they don't mess with you, fortunately. Yeah,
Just a few carpenter ants. It's no problem. I'll walk out with 2 stubs.
Thank you. Yeah, a little me time is nice and deserved.
Oh yeah.
I like the finish that this gives when smoking. It gives it a dank oak finish.
Yes, very oak. Very oaky.
Man, that is unique.
But yet, I like the heat is minimal. It's a very, I think it's a soft bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
On the side, I mean, it's a little bit easier. It's definitely, you know, slated for sipping. I think,
Oh, without a
that's
doubt.
just my personal.
And now, just for the sake of it, this was what I figured we'd start with was some nice Abita root beer, because it's non-alcoholic. But just I thought, seeing a nice pairing of something for those who don't want to drink, or maybe you've had too much, or maybe just you don't drink. So let's see here. Let me give you a can if you want to pair it. Be nice and cold.
I'm perfect with it. Beautiful.
But yeah, this is made with real sugar. It is coming out of near New Orleans, Louisiana.
Orleans, boy.
Yep, these guys are known for making some of the best beers around. What? No alcohol? I understand. I know. I sometimes, believe it or not, I don't like to do alcohol. But I do love a good cocktail, and this is a fantastic base.
Hey, I'll
put
tell you
Amaro
something.
in it.
I'll tell you something on the no alcohol note. Like I said, I typically am a bourbon guy myself, but you know what?
Oh, that's lovely.
In the morning, coffee. I don't know. Now, I know, I get it. Not everybody's a coffee fan.
Oh, yeah.
But even something along this line, if you're wanting to go for that little cigar push, something like that, I mean, get it out there in the morning, get the flavor going. Good root beer, coffee, anything like that.
Oh, my word.
Just kind of like, I think we've covered that in some of our other,
Try a sip in a
little
puff,
sip.
man.
All right, here we go.
Oh, my word. That is like a raisiny
Oh.
bread pudding with extra sauce on it.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow, man.
Brother, you ain't kidding. That's delicious.
Abita, just they make not just some of the coolest beers, but they make some of the best sodas. I'm gonna
Right.
get on a little soda kick here, but they do everything from a let's see here. They do a pecan pie, salted chocolate caramel, as well as my son's favorite, the King's Cake.
Yes.
Surprisingly, a King's Cake soda, which I've made some really cool cocktails with. And but honestly, this root beer is just a staple in my house because it's one of the best ones. And taking a puff and a sip, that is just a dessert
With this
all
cigar?
over. Oh my word!
Definitely. Pulling out a lot of the rich. See what it is? There's a lot of rich, woodsy, like Habano notes, if
Oh,
you will.
without a doubt.
You know, a lot of Habano wrap cigars deliver this flavor right here too. And you're right, man. That root beer, there's something about it. It can be the simplest things. If people only understood that, it can be the simplest things that you pair with them. It's going to pull that flavor out.
You never do. Yeah. Sometimes, for me, I call it a lot of times gut feeling.
Yeah.
For like when I'm doing my cocktails or pairings, it's like I look at something and it's like that. You could say sixth sense, but
Right.
you know, just you know, I just call it experience. You know, without a doubt that is going to pair with it.
Absolutely. Well, and plus, you know, you do this long enough, and a lot of times, all people got to do, even if they're not too experienced with cigars or any kind of liquid pairings, you know, you're like, we got all three here. We got the root beer, we got the beer, we got the bourbon. When you're experimenting with it, people will find what they like with it. Everybody's got a favorite. Everybody, and you know, it's no shame they have root beer with it, or like I said, coffee, tea. I got one cigar that I love, like a real dark Lipton tea with.
Oh, you're the one who showed me the Kentucky Fire Cure, the KFC, paired with Rivulet or Amaretto.
Absolutely.
I would have never thought to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I was thinking, you know, like, because it was such a thick, syrupy base, it wouldn't go well with a thick, syrupy item.
Right.
Okay, I agree. Experiences come from experiments.
Absolutely,
Very,
Ben.
very true, Ben.
It does, man. It does. I did that with everything, even when I'm fishing.
No, the King's Cake does not have a baby Jesus inside because that would be a choking hazard, unfortunately. But it does taste like it has the sugars on top of it. You do get the hints of raisin and cinnamon, and it's really, really good. Didn't you know that with the King's Cake? They had the baby Jesus in there?
I just learned something new.
Yeah, if you find the baby Jesus, you get the good luck in there, or you're.
Oh, baby Jesus!
I've heard you get good luck, or you're the one who's getting married that year. Do you know a guy who needs to do a pie or cake in the face before leaving? So yeah,
That's
I
interesting.
do know a guy who needs a pie to the face before
Oh,
he leaves.
sure, why not?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a video where we just get people lined up.
People lined up throwing pies in your face. Hit the
Pie.
thumbs up, guys. That's right. Like spike, as they say.
Yes.
Give us some likes, please. Not to mention, we love subscribers if you are interested in any of this. This is not a new thing, but we are hoping to do more and more of these live streams and whatnot.
We're going to.
Yeah, Greg is definitely going to be coming back and visiting. He's not a lost cause or soul. And
here's for people to know, I resigned from Party Source. I'll tell you right now, on a personal note, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
Yeah,
it was up there with the
shaking
death.
about
It was up there with the death of my family. Even I was just like devastated. But I was at a point in my life where I have a lot going on. I had to pull that trigger. I had to pull the trigger, and I had to think about, what kind of time I needed to prepare. So,
Guns and Ammo says he'll be there in the line to throw a pie in your face. Yes, I like Greg. Come back, says Ben the bartender.
Oh man, you guys are awesome. I miss everybody. I do. I sincerely miss everybody. I just won't wear my Maui
Man, we
Jims.
smoke cigars like this. I'll do this every day. This is wonderful.
And you know what's funny? When you're with friends, don't it smoke much better?
Oh,
it just smokes a lot better. That's what, like, we hit the Party Source weekly cigar tastings, in the river. Down at the beer cellar, every Tuesday night, they feature cigar nights down there. And I'll tell you, for anybody that hasn't been to them, get down to them.
Oh, without a doubt. You need to be topped off.
I tell everybody, I'm like, it's the greatest way to experience. Basically, what they do is they do a rotation in the humidor of all the different brands. And it gives you the opportunity to try something you haven't tried before.
Plus, they get guys like, goodness, who were Fernandez was down there. AJ was down there.
AJ, he's coming back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Greg, Amber said you have to stay here last night when I told her.
Who is this?
This is Guns and Ammo. Spouse.
Tell you what, if I show up, there's going to be a party following. Just remember that, okay?
If you notice it, we're starting to get subtle hints of chocolate now.
Yep.
Little subtle. You're a little bit further than me. You're a more experienced smoker. But also, I just wanted to show you this, guys. This is what I do. People are like, how do you remember your info? I'm going to put down my cigar here. This is what I do. My little black book. No, since I'm married, it's no longer filled with phone numbers. But instead...
Who are you BSing, J.O.?
It is kept full of all the cigars wraps, so I know what I've done with my notes in there. And I get some really cool items. That way, if I ever have a question, I talk about what I think they should be paired with in there. Just a great little thing for you to keep up to date with, and so you never have to worry about it. It is a good idea. That was just one of those ones. It's like somebody said, don't you keep one with a whiskey journal? I'm like, I do that up here. But cigars, I find sometimes more complex than a lot of the other ones because the flavor changes the more you smoke the cigar. And what you're eating with it, it does.
What you're looking at is a handmade product. Everybody in the cigar business, I know they know this already, but for someone that don't know, you're looking at it's a work of art. It's a handmade product.
I'll take you a big old gulp of that.
Oh, I have. And
oh, that's wonderful.
and you're looking at something that's meticulously crafted with the fillers, the binder, the wrapper, everything. to deliver this one unanimous flavor. That's what it's exactly what it's.
That's
doing.
right, Ben. You're totally right. Batch to batch, the flavors change.
Yes.
You never know what you're gonna get. Like
you're absolutely right.
I'm a huge Kentucky Fire Cured fan.
Yep. Drew
I
Estates
tried.
did a great job on
was
that
it the Muwat Swamp Wrap where they wrapped it?
Mm-hmm.
I did not like that. The more I smoked it, the stranger it started to feel on my palate, and the more diesel-y it became, like diesel fuel. I guess I need to add some cigar. Yeah, that would definitely be worth it. And Ben, if you want to do a collaboration next time you're in the area, we'll happily do it, man.
Yeah, man.
We'll definitely love to do that.
Put you in the movies, just like J.O. here.
Yeah, it's like I went down there to the humidor. Oh, we got Flacco beer reviews. New sub, fellas. How the heck are you? We're doing great.
Absolutely,
we are pairing. Well, right
Life
now we're
is
doing,
good.
what is it, one, two, three, four things.
Yep.
We're talking about the, let's see here, Las Six Provincia.
Provincias.
Only 300 of these cases were made. They're on a swing. And the cigar, only 6,000 of cigars. Very beautiful cigar. And we are pairing it with one of my favorite beers of all times, Home Style from Bearded Iris out of Tennessee, a hazy IPA. And let's see here, then we've got Long Branch to go with it.
Really good bourbon.
Some Long Branch.
That's fabulous.
And then we've got a Beta non-alcoholic root beer, which actually is my favorite of the group to pair with this thing because it makes it taste like bread pudding with extra sauce on it.
It does. It does.
Would you, our new guys just tuning in, would you break down the flavors on this?
You know, like I told you, I was getting everything from almonds to like a bready, toasty note to it's almost like a real rich Habano flavor, real rich, like cross between slightly grassy to a
little
real
bit of barnyard.
Yeah, a little bit of
fresh hay.
Just a little bit, but because the chocolate notes at the midpoint start taking over. That's what's really cool about this. So it's a complex cigar. See what it is? You got a lot of complexity rolling with this thing right here. Definitely stop in the Party Source Humidor and try this cigar. It is amazing. Pick several up, get you a whole box. I mean, it's amazing. This cigar, definitely breakfast, lunch, dinner. I don't know. I love a cigar that crosses the board like that. That crosses the board where you can go across and say, hey, you know what? This is quality. And you can also see it in the wrapper too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just here, I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see the layer of color.
Yep.
You find
they
the proper
put a real
angle.
cool, like a classic Cuban box press on it.
I'm doing a hole punch. Greg is doing a straight up cut. And I like the cut, the punch, because I feel like it smokes better, and I like the draw, and I feel like you get more concentrated flavors.
Absolutely.
And so, definitely, also, if we can all be adults here, I don't like to put
I don't want to be an adult.
I don't like to put the cigar and then feel like I'm
People can look at my wall and see just about how adult
Your
I am.
Facebook.
If you want to, I stay off the drama wheel. A lot of people ask me, say, why you do? And some days you get on Facebook and you're like, oh my God. You read, it's like doom and gloom. And I get it. Life happens to everybody. You know, it's not fair sometimes. It can be hard.
Greg is known for adding
but
jokes
it's like,
that are off the chain.
If you can't make somebody smile, you got to be able to do that, man. That's what I try to do. And the whole time I'm doing it, I got a cigar in my hand. You know what I mean? I'm probably out back on my patio, just enjoying it.
With the Long Branch now, it's starting to give a sawdust flavor.
Yep.
Not too big for a ring size. That is very, very true.
It's true. I'd say we're at about I don't know, I'm going like 52, maybe we're edging 54, maybe. Yeah. Because the box press, it's going to, and as obviously as you get to that halfway point, it's going to round out the cigar a little bit more. But no, to me, this is a perfect size for me right here.
Now, I have a question.
Right here.
Yeah. I was, let's see here. I fired me up, right down. This is why I keep my note journal here. Earlier, I fired up, just to kind of put myself in the cigar mood here. I did a broadleaf Rocky Patel.
Okay.
And as I smoked that sucker, it was a firm...
Love some Rocky Patel.
Oh,
love you,
God,
Rocky.
that was...
If you're watching this, we appreciate you, my man.
We love you so much.
You're amazing.
Wonderful cigar. One of the best smokes I've ever had in my life. Mm-hmm. It had that sawdusty, sandpaper feel on the outside.
Yeah, a lot of wrapper leaves get that. As they ferment, that happens. A lot of times they'll get that little gritty note to them, but that just means they're at full fermentation. and them puppies are ready to be smoked.
But here's what I brought in was whenever I would knock the ash off, I had like an extra ½ inch of like cone sticking out that just would not smoke as fast as everything else. What does that mean? Could you explain that to our audience here?
Actually, that's a good sign. Believe it or not.
Really?
Because,
I was thinking I was smoking my cigar wrong.
No, because it helps hold the ash on better. That's what I know. That's my personal observation. And a lot of times, that's a good roller. That's a good roller.
Okay.
If
Because it
the
was
roller,
so firmly packed.
correct. The
We're
roller.
going to go back to LFMSD,
a
LMFSD.
good roller in the rolling room. I'm sure.
Kudos if you can catch
I'm
the
sure
bat
Josh,
record.
Nick, and everybody, all my amazing coworkers there at parties, they'll admit a good roller can make a difference in a cigar all the way down the line. You see what I mean?
Indeed.
Just like any business. I mean, a lot of times, like, Friday comes, a lot of people in the rolling rooms, Nicaragua, Dominica, and Honduras, they're wanting to get out. They're ready to go. I mean, quality is still omnipotent, but I mean, they're wanting to get going. And sometimes, some cigars can have some corners cut on them. But for the most part, when you got something that is like, for example, going solid through like this cigar is right here, good flavor, and that flavor has hung in there the whole time. That's everything. That's somebody that absolutely.
Ben is asking, that's a tight, is that because it's a tight roll? Just a rolling it very, very tightly?
Has to do more so like with the bunch they're putting in the cigar.
Okay, how
like
they're
the way
bunching it.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah, they lay the leaf out, they put the bunch in, they got the filler, the binder, all that, it goes into it. And a lot of times it can have a little bit more on one end and just like be a little more like sharper, if you will. And then when it's rolled, that's how it can come out. And then a lot of times it can just burn good and even. I mean, it'll have that little cone like you talked about.
Yeah,
but then other ones,
like you can see right there.
Yeah.
Where it's not, and pull out so catch a little bit. It's not burning all the way down.
Right.
Only I had this wonderful cone. It just kept on coming down to that, like an arrowhead.
Some do that. Some do. And I mean, but you know what? This isn't bad either. Even though I tend to draw a little hard, and I get.
I love this. I might buy me some more of these. This is a wonderful.
I'm getting
smoke.
a box.
You're gonna go get your box.
I'm going in to get a box.
I think. Let's see here. What is it? It is $13.95 a cigar. I think the boxes range about $120. I
That ain't
think
bad at all.
fairly affordable, and plus,
Let
you
me
get
tell you something.
only 1 of 300 for the swing.
Zeno Davidoff said it best. He said, "Luxury knows no price." It don't. On any budget, anything. I personally like to see people get into a cigar that is worthwhile, that tastes good, that draws good, and quite frankly, don't be afraid to spend a few extra bucks on it. Guess what? You're going to spend that money somewhere along the line anyway. You might as well get something you love.
It's like I had a friend who would spend $2.95 on a Swisher Sweet, and I'm like, dude, buy a better cigar. I understand those. I mean, that's like the candy bar of cigars.
Right.
For an extra $2 or even
better than that. I mean, for that money, like for example, like with our bundle line in the part, so I said
our.
I'd known to say we and our. Hey, guess
Greg
what?
is retired.
I'm still a part. I'm still a part of it.
We're gonna miss him. You're still gonna be with us.
I'm always going to be a part of it. But I mean, the thing is like, okay, you take $2 cigar. If that's what someone's budget is, fine. 2 to 3. Let's go 2 to 3.
I'm sure we could find you something.
2
better
to 3.
for
Hey,
$2.
they could go into the Party Source humidor, and I'll go pull one out of the hat. Take the Perdomo Fresco, right?
Yeah.
Great cigar.
Just I'm gonna show you.
Great
this
cigar. It smokes like a $7 or $8 cigar, in my opinion. You got the Flor de Oliva, you got the cream, you got all that. Yeah.
And real quick, $5 can get you a decent stick. You were so very
absolutely
true,
right.
Again, going back to my favorite, the KFC.
Yep.
I was trying to say LFD, which is one of my favorites.
Great
but
cigar.
the KFC, just such a powerful nose, but a wonderful smoke. That's only like $5.
Right.
Okay, now since you're sipping, what's your favorite of all three of these? I'm gonna have to go with the root beer. I think the root beer pairs better here.
In this, I'll tell you what, it's a tough. I don't know. It can be a tough call. On these beautiful painted blue, sunny sky summer days, this beer is I don't know. For me, it's like it's going first.
The beer, really, yeah.
If
that's
you're
what I
looking,
keep going back to. I think for flavor, the Abita.
This
is what I keep coming back to.
You take the cigar. If you're looking to pull the oak notes out of it, along with the nuttiness and maybe hints of caramel.
Butter and
Definitely the long branch.
oh, without
Definitely.
Oh, God,
Hit the
yeah.
long branch. I mean, this is right here. This is going to pull that oak out. It's all where you want to be. But if you want to go, yeah, that
Okay, here we
good
got
sweet
here.
root beer all the
I
time.
need to try more cigars. You're right. We certainly could help you out with that. We have quite a few cigars on our channel already.
Right.
But that's just a shameless plug to the channel. But if you need any pairings, just leave it in the comments. We will definitely get back to you. We
Yeah.
can answer. Such as like we love to pair the beers with cigars. In fact, if you go to our channel, you'll see our last live stream. Amos and I were at our what is that? The Crowler Station, which has 24 local taps on it, and
Right.
we have all of those paired with
Right.
beers. And so I'm getting that good, lovely feeling that you can only get when you have a couple of drinks, sips in you with a wonderful cigar going, and you just feel
Yeah.
wonderful and everything in life is great. So let's see here. So what we are again, we are looking at the Las Six Provincia, which is only 300 of these were made. Cases like this. This is a very limited case. I'll check out the bits. Thank you very much. Only 6,000 of these cigars were made. They're about $14 a stick. And we've got, oh, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Let's see here. DHS,
I read
Distill
that.
2.
I read that. He said he needs a better job. He needs to smoke and drink a little bit more. I'll tell you what. Make the time. Make the time.
Do it after, yeah.
That's what you do. Just as with anything. If you got to mow the grass, we make the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to do laundry, we make time.
You want to watch your favorite TV show, you
That's
watch
right.
time.
You're. I think you know what I don't think
now,
enough people do.
We have our phones now, so we can sit outside and we can enjoy our cigar.
I don't think enough people, in my personal opinion, take enough time for themselves, and that tells me that they're not taking enough time for their family. You got to, and you know what? This is lifestyle. Get out there and smoke a cigar. Anybody in the cigar business will agree with that. This is something you want to get out, and you want to really just take your time and enjoy. It's your time. You know what I mean?
Let's see here. Drunken One, what's up, gang? How you doing? It's
Drunken
good to
One.
see you in. He's a new one, new subscriber. I think you're a subscriber.
Welcome, man.
But thank you very much for coming in. We are looking at the Las Six Provincia. We've paired it with 3 different things. We've paired it with 1, Long Branch Bourbon, because it is very soft and very delicate. Home Style, which is my favorite of all time, hazy IPAs.
Mhm.
It is such a butter bomb that when you take a puff and you take a sip, it is like eating buttered toast. And we paired it with a Beta root beer. Not their beer, but just their root beer. And that is like taking a big bite of an over syrupy bread pudding. It is delightful. Sorry.
I was talking too much.
DH Silv V2. Looking at your channel, you don't have many subscribers. Sorry about that, man. So you get one more. There you go. Looking here, looks like he's doing a lot of workout videos. Always admire somebody who can work out because I've tried it and I've failed miserably. Do you have any tips on what I could do in order to work out better? I would love to know that.
I'll tell you what, J.O.
What's that, buddy?
I'm far from a fitness expert, but I can tell you this. I get my bi exercise every day because when I go to the ashtray to like this, see that?
Yeah.
Just trying to let you know.
That's the
Or when you're picking the glass up, you're talking forearm.
The classic leg lift.
See, when
That's
you
where
do this,
grab
you're
the leg
talking
and-
forearm and bicep right here all in one.
Classic leg
You wanna
lift.
set
where
it
you grab
down
the
slow.
chicken or the turkey leg and you're bringing it to your mouth. Leg lift. Yeah.
You know, and that's funny. That's something, my downtime. Obviously, you know, my weight loss, my health, this and that and the other, that's all going to get worked on, obviously. But,
Well, you've got time to do it now.
oh, yeah. But,
Let's see here. Oh, we got people shouting out to each other now. That's pretty cool. Always love it when
I
we
love
start
the
getting a
interaction.
group. Oh, yeah. I love that, too.
Yeah.
And I hate to do this, but if you haven't liked, we would love you to like.
Yeah.
If you haven't subbed, please sub. We would love that. The goal is, at the end of the month, hope to have 500 subscribers. Been really, really pushing, trying hard to do that. I would say Greg is Tilt Curls, says Ben. Yep. Okay. And Ben, I also appreciate you doing the hashtag the other day of tip the bottle, which the people, they don't know that about. Just real quick. One last puff there, because too good. One video I covered in the last one was about tilting the bottle and twisting the cork. Lubricating your bottle, and it's mixing the flow inside it.
Beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Drunken One. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Man, I just can't believe the smoke on this cigar. I've had some when you're blowing out the smoke, you feel it going past your lips. This is like velvet.
It
velvet
is.
caress.
It is. And you know what's happening? Wait a minute. We got another one here. We have Park Bear.
Oh, hang on.
What's this say?
Park Bear, J.O. I talked with you the past week, and you had me try the 2005 rum. I bought 2 bottles. Wonderful juice.
Wow.
I remember you coming in. Thank you very much.
That's awesome.
That is just, God, talk about nectar of the gods. That is ambrosia. That is wonderful. And we got Jada Diva tapping in. Reviews. Good to see you, Jada Diva.
It is a great day for a smoke. It is.
It is a great day for a smoke. And for those who don't know, just for our new guys coming in, had to use the same technique last night at the bar. That's very true. You do that a lot. Okay, real quick. Say the name. I'm a little tongue-tied here. Las
Provincias.
It is on a cradle swing. Only 300 of these boxes were made. We do have them for sale at the party store.
That's I like a.
Oh, I love.
I like a unique mind that comes up with this kind of like.
Oh, and I didn't show this.
This could be a plain wooden box, but they want to.
But they're all labeled. This is 34
they're numbered,
out of
they're
300.
labeled.
They picked this up at the cigar trade show, and I'm jumping all over you. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm used to it, J.O.
Sub to you at Drunk. And we got guys subscribing to each other. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube is a community. Cool. I love it. I love the interaction. I mean, it is just such a cool group that when people get together and start talking about what they love, I love it. I mean, looking at you, you're 3/4 away. I'm only a half here.
Well, you know what's cool now? Where I'm at right here on this, you know what I'm getting now? The oak and leather's really stepping up on this cigar now. Now it's really kicking in. Wait till you get down to the 3/4 mark.
Okay, I love
You're
it.
going to get that leathery, more. It's almost like a spicy leather that's kicking up now.
Oh goodness.
This is a well blended cigar.
This is probably
incredible.
If nothing else, this is probably in the top 3 for the year for me. Do you have a bug floating in your bourbon? You do. Do you need a fresh glass?
He's a dead bug now.
he's a pickled bug.
That's all right.
Oh man, my band's tearing. My band's tearing. I can get this guy
Little
out.
dead bug in here. It's all good. Hey, you know what? Long Branch, any of this ain't off limits to the nature.
Nope.
We are in the
Bugs
woods
like it,
after all. You know what I mean?
Should we throw out here we go, McConaughey reference. All right. There's a bug in there. But man, again, I'm just gonna. This is one of the best smokes. And
you know, there's many we could pull out of the hat. I tell you what, I'd like to sit here with just a big pile of like some of our favorite smokes.
Yeah, if we go through this,
just
we can
sit here
always
with a big
fire
pile
else
and go through and say, hey, here's what. Check this out, and we do like quick reviews. That might be a good idea. Maybe we'll do that on one of the next ones.
We could do it out in the back behind the party store.
Yeah, we'll just put them on table. I'll tell you what, you guys write in and tell us what you want to put on there. We'll put them in a big pile in there. Same thing. Have a few sips of something with it. We'll try to do the pairings beforehand, and we'll interact. I'm ready. Like I said, I may not be in the humidor.
Oh, hey,
but we're right here.
Do me a favor. Take a puff. Take a sip. Then take a sip.
Long Branch. And then the dead bug?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, if you want, I'll get you a fresh glass.
So a Beta first. Here we go. He said take a puff. Here we
Take a puff, then a sip, then a sip. And my goodness, it's just the flavor profile that comes out of that. It becomes a pecan pie.
What's cool is the root beer tones down any remaining heat from the bourbon. And you're right, it's pulling up this caramely, like this pecan caramely note.
It is, yeah.
Real good.
And I don't know if it's just the pecan is now starting to really show up in here. So give me just a second here.
Sure. We got Park Bear drinking Long Branch and a cigar as well. Yes, indeed. Oh, it's good.
Sorry about that. We're back.
We're back again.
Okay, so we're
Little
keeping it
feed
going.
issue.
Yeah.
I like to blame it on the squirrel jumping all over the camera, but you can't see it.
No,
But
don't get me started on those little buggers. You can't see it, but my house is over there. Those suckers.
But he was
they
mentioning
get into my awning, and I've been fighting those guys. And I swear they will stick their head out and they will flip me off when I tell them to evacuate. I mean, I've evicted them so many times.
Park Bear was mentioning the Long Branch with the cigar, and you know, the truth is, that's just one of our favorite picks. That's a newer one for me. I've gotten used to this bourbon. It's really good.
Oh yeah.
You can pull anything out of the hat.
I'm sorry, guys. I haven't been reading them.
I personally think like any Buffalo Trace product will go good with this cigar. Anything like that.
Yeah, let's see, drinking Long Branch in a cigar as well. It's what Park is doing, and so thank you very much. What cigar are you smoking there, Park Bear?
Yes.
Love to know. I mean, check your channel out here as we're going here. Oh, he's liked our video. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Park Bear, let's see here. Cuban, nice.
Beautiful.
Greg, you were trying to go to Cuba on your last vacation. You said you were going to bring back some cigars.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you weren't able to do it.
Yeah, they had canceled flights that day. Do something to do with the U.S. Embassy and Canadian Embassy. God knows what it could be.
All right,
but
now I'm sorry.
We will go back. I'm heading back down. I'm heading to probably in September, Cuba, or September, October. I'm going to head back down to Cuba, and then a lot of time in Key West, Florida, stuff like that. So if anybody will be down there, just let me know. And if anybody wants to get in touch with me, they can message me on Facebook. I'll give you my phone number. No problem. My direct line. I did it for a lot of the customers and stuff like that. We'll, if you have a question about cigars or anything, I'll help you any way I can. Or if you just want to chit chat, if you want to say, hey, what are you smoking today?
If you guys could shout out, what is your favorite cigar? I would love to know that.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? Yeah, everybody has their own.
Everybody has a top. They have a top tier that they always go to. I know what mine is. I'd love to hear what everybody else is.
I know everybody knows mine by now. It's a KFC, and of course I'm a fan of my father's.
AJ
Fernandez.
Mine's Padron Anniversary.
Oh, you went for the big cat.
I did, and you know, again, we all got our favorites, and it's just something that when it comes to consistency, it's always there.
Let's see here.
You know?
He's saying the one he's smoking now.
Cohiba Esplendo. Yep.
Drunken One, it's so bad to be drinking Mickey's malt liquor and using smokeless tobacco. Maybe I'm not as refined as you guys. Or else maybe we're slumming it. You know, maybe we're the dregs here.
We are stuck in the woods here.
Patron 1926 40th year one. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Salute.
Yeah,
beautiful. Beautiful.
Tip my hat to you.
You know the flavors in a lot of them cigars. You know a lot of them cigars. Again, when you're talking a super premium that declares a certain price, that is the top echelons of flavor. You know, You're looking at a ton of age on that cigar. You're looking at, again, the very best rollers on them. You're looking at a blend that has been meticulously crafted to go into that. And you know, it isn't just Padron. It's Davidoff. It's everything. I mean, you got LFD. You got My Father. You got Perdomo. You got all these great brands out there. I mean,
I don't know much about cigars. That's why I like Backwoods. Backwoods is a great starter. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, if you want to step it up, always feel free. You can ask us in the comments.
Yep.
We can certainly turn you on to some other ones that might be available in your area. And let's see here.
Avo Heritage. There's a great medium.
Yeah.
Great little cigar.
Goodness.
It's a classic.
I have
That's a classic.
I'm gonna pull him out here because Nick Douglas, one of our cigar guys, he's like, J.O., when you smoke that, send me a picture. Are you guys ready for this cigar? I'm gonna show you this. Okay,
Greg, you need to take him to school on cigars.
Ready? You ready? The uranium.
I'm trying to, Josh. I'm trying to.
Look at this here. This is the uranium.
J.O.'s doing good. Look at this cigar. You know, and here's another one. Big ring gauges have come a long way.
Yeah,
a lot of guys, like, it ain't, I mean, honestly, I wouldn't probably smoke anything bigger than that. I mean, anything bigger than that to me is a novelty.
This cigar itself was $6.
But you know, when we worked in the humidor, you take, like, for example, Asylum, CLE, a fabulous brand. You take these guys, I mean, like, you got like a 70, like the 70 and 80 ring gauge Asylum, that cigar, you would roll out of there every day somewhere. There's a crowd for it.
Oh, what was it we had at one of the cigar meetings? One of our, at the beer cellar, the party source, what do they call it, the cigar night? where every Tuesday night at Beer Cellar, about 2 blocks from the party source, we feature a different cigar roller. They're free to attend. It's like $15. We'll get you like a bag of goodies of cigars, and it's like 5 to 4 cigars in there.
Right.
We had one of the rollers come in, and that guy rolled a 4-foot cigar right there all evening. And
it's a work of art.
It was. I mean, he just sat there, didn't speak a word of English. And Ben, holy crap! What's the ring gauge on that? What's the ring gauge?
I think the ring gauge on that's about 70, maybe. It's between 64 and 70, somewhere in there.
That's why.
The cigar he held up was by a company called Foundry, and that's a cigar they'd called Elements. We saw that in Humidor actually, and they actually sell quite a few of them. So
I think
again, there's a market for it, you know.
They were presently out because I went to grab one to show it to a customer, and they were out. The box was empty, but it could just be because
it is
they
a
all
log.
got bought. You're gonna be smoking it all night.
You could float down a little Miami on that cigar.
It's not.
Get a couple paddles.
Yeah, put that in the river. You float down it. Well, man, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting juvenile here, but I started thinking Bill Murray and
right
the bar, candy bar, and the man. I can't get over how fine of a smoke this is. Just, I mean, even
tell
just
you what,
holding
it's solid.
the smoke in your mouth.
It is solid.
Wonderful.
I love, and this is. I'll tell you what. I'm so glad that you brought this today because we knew we wanted to feature a cigar as always, stuff like that. But I mean,
who's behind you guys? Well, occasionally if you look back,
it might be Jason. I think we're at Camp Crystal Lake.
Let me just show him your ring there.
Yeah.
Hold up your ring there. I love his ring. But behind us, occasionally I do get some very, very precocious deer that are not afraid. They will literally walk up to this tree right here behind us, right there. And then they'll look at me like, "What are you doing in my backyard?" And get mad because I'm hanging out in my backyard.
If somebody wanted to photobomb us, they could literally walk behind us right now with a hockey mask
occasionally
on.
I do get
and
kids
it would be
back there
quite
playing
creepy.
paintballs.
It would be creepy to see a hockey mask. Yeah, we need to hang a hockey mask back here. I think next time.
That would be something. Get some guy to jump up.
We don't want to scare J.O.'s son though. Sammy would be like, Dad.
No, I'd hear the shriek and I'd never get him to go outside again.
No doubt. What a great day, man. This is fantastic.
Oh, this
great
is
smoke. I mean,
smoke.
New smoke they just brought back from the trade show.
Talking with some great guys.
Speaking of great, you are, bro.
You're a lot, man. You're great.
You do a lot. I mean, for people that don't know, all the videos, I mean, just a bourbon expert. Any kind of spirits, anything like that. When you're in the store, go over to the tasting library, see J.O., talk to him. If you want to know about a certain bourbon, he'll help you. You've put me on some of the best bourbons I've ever had. I mean, no question. So
bourbon, liquors,
rum,
any kind of alcohol base. I love it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's
you're passionate. You know what? That's
really
what's cool. You're
wonderful.
passionate, just like we both are about cigars now. You know, and I mean, and that adds up. That makes all the difference. So.
Well, if you're down to the finish of that. So if you want to fire another one up and start a review on that one, you can always.
Not done with this yet.
Yep.
That's
another question.
It's like food for me. I don't waste much.
People
and it
ask,
shows.
How far do I smoke my cigars? There's no wrong answer to that. As far as you want.
That's right.
The flavor will change constantly.
That's right.
I mean, as before I start burning my fingers, but I love it because right now the heat is to there, and I'm starting to feel the expansion here.
Sure.
But when it starts to get to here, and you start inhaling that heat, that's when those flavors are desperately coming out. I mean, they're just everything you know and love start flowing through that cigar.
Exactly. And it will too. I mean, people will. The flavors in one is just incredible. That's why it's the perfect downtime for me.
Dude, this is becoming straight up velvet now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm starting to get maple, not just a hint of honey.
And here's the key too. When people exhale,
Yeah.
try to Sometimes on a
Till your
cigar like
fingers
this,
burn. Absolutely correct.
yeah, you go.
When you can't burn, that's when you put the old spear in it and you smoke
Sometimes when you got a smooth, delicious, medium body cigar like this, that is literally for any time of day, practice the retrohale too. Like, and that means on the
it. I do
exhale.
that. I don't need to see me choking.
No, well, like I said, it's something they want to go slow with, but you want to do it on a cigar with good, like Habano flavor like this. And basically, it's like on the exhale, you let a little bit come through the nasal passages because you got there's a ton of taste buds in your nasal
It's
passages.
just hard to put down the last 3 inches. That is very true.
Heard that
And when
before.
you start really smoking these cigars,
I didn't say that.
yeah, you start really enjoying those flavors, and you start getting a cigar that is just changing and becoming a chameleon like this
Exactly.
one, constantly changing its flavors. It's just like,
yeah.
I don't want to stop smoking this. There's been other ones to where the more I smoke it, the less I like it. I like it when it fires up.
Absolutely.
And unfortunately, I was kind of that way with was it Trader Vic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked that
Trader
when
Jack's.
Trader Jack. I liked it when I fired it
Some
up.
people call them Pirate Jacks.
And the more I smoked it, the less I liked it. And there was also that same way with that Swamp Rat Muat KFC. The more I smoked it, the less I liked it. But I loved it when I fired it up. I loved the flavors that it had. It had a peach fuzz, some little bit of fresh garden going in there, but it just became more and more bitter. And it got this strange texture on my palate. But this Lost 6 Provincia, again, only 300 of these cases were made. Definitely worth picking one up. Just, I mean, how cool is that? Have that sitting on your bar, even if you're not using it anymore. Putting your cigars in there, keeping it as a little makeshift humidor.
It's an instant man cave piece.
Oh, without a doubt.
A garage man cave.
Oh yeah.
Anything.
Now here we go. Let's get on that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, not segregating to just men. What is your let's see here, neutral sex cave? You know, if you have a man cave, you have a woman cave. What's it like? Mine was originally my TV room, but now it's Studio 1A at the party source since now my kid is old enough to hang out in there. So all my bourbon paraphernalia, all my bottles that were autographed, all my cigar stuff got moved to Studio 1A, which you guys can see that on our YouTube channel. That is actually a 24 by 20 room with 5 different recording studios in there. Each one is a different wall. The beer is a wall, the cigar is a wall, the wine is a wall, and then there is the replica of where we do these bourbon reviews.
Yeah.
That is a replica of what it looked like at my house originally. So anybody want to throw on that? My buddies call the spear a cigar pick. Okay, Park Bear said that.
What was it again?
Okay, my buddies call the spear a cigar pick.
The spear.
You know where you stick it in there?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times, a lot of guys will do that on the end of a cigar.
Especially something this fine. You don't want to throw it away.
Right, absolutely.
Which I don't have any of those here, else I'd give you one to use there.
It's all good.
You notice we're enjoying the cigar. We've quit drinking our items here. So, how do you feel that the clipping is really changed since you clipped it and I punched it? In case for those who may not know, let's see here. Make them out of deer antlers. Nice. I would
That's really
love
cool.
to see one of those.
That is, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I like to use the cigar punch.
Mm-hmm.
You take it and you punch a hole in it where it looks like that. So you just more sucking on it. Where Greg,
I'm pretty traditional. I like the standard cut right there. That's just me. Here's why I want the most draw, the most flavor we can get. I mean, that's what I've done. The downside to it sometimes, because I tend to draw on it a little heavier than usual, is if there's too much saliva hit it, you can almost get a slight tarry note on the back end of it. Whereas a punch keeps it a little more elegant. That's the primary big difference right there. So.
My biggest gripe about the punch, if it's a finely packed like that broadleaf I did earlier, I actually had to clip it because I could not get a proper draw out of it.
Yeah.
It was still smoking wonderfully. It was just I was having to really work it. Let's see here, the V cut. I am not a fan of the V cut. I feel like that is a trendy thing, and I don't like what it gives. I can't really explain it.
The V cut, I mean, it's again, it's not one I run to right away, but you know what? I have smoked several with a V cut, and what's funny is it don't inhibit the draw at all. It don't. It's just a different way to cut it.
Yeah,
it's really
just
all
like,
it is.
Like I said, I kind of feel like it's trendy.
You know, like the Party Source humidor, they sell quite a few V cuts.
Mm-hmm.
They get some nice Colibri, things like that, maybe some new ones.
And if you don't have a clip or a punch, they'll do it for you before you leave the Party Source.
Oh yeah, no charge.
All you have to do is ask. They'll even give you free matches.
No charge. We'll fill your lighters, all that stuff. I mean,
oh yeah.
Customers.
What is it?
Our customer focus is everything in there. So
there he is. Now this guy, I've had this guy now for pushing 7 years. They've refilled it for me every time, and it's not just because I work there. I bring it in. They'll even take a Q-tip and clean it out for me. Love those guys in there. And let's see here. Been the bartender. I like cuts, but they won't fit every cigar. A punch works the most, except pigtails. Very
good point.
True. Yeah.
Very good
That's
point.
where you have to clip it.
Right. That's why if I'm not cutting, I'm punching.
Yeah.
Cigars, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, my left eye bite last time. But yeah.
Well, you were. Oh well.
No, yeah, never mind. We won't go there.
He had hockey mask.
Now let's talk about lighters. Some argue matches versus butane versus, you and I are both fans of torches. This is one of Greg's personals. Love this sucker. I'm not holding them upside down.
ST DuPont. I love it.
The flame, but that is a perfect flame right there that shoots straight up about a good 1.5 inches.
And again,
Don't
all these
hold your
torches,
fingers near it. It'll take your fingertips right off.
all these torches and cutters I'm using, the Party Source
what I use. This one is a built-in jet, and I love it because I'm not having to tilt it. I can just point it. Yeah, yeah, take your fingertips right off.
Yeah.
DuPonts are great, definitely. If you had one cigar, one lighter, on a desert island.
One cigar, one lighter. Boy, don't make it tough for me here, will you? I don't know. Again, not sure if it's
torch.
not sure if it's evolution with my palate or what. But if I had one to pick, I'm going. Gosh, let's say one good universal. I'd say Padron 1926 number 9 Maduro. And I'll take my, I like my ST DuPont. It was worth every penny.
I like the Artemis.
Yeah, yeah.
I love the Artemis.
Yeah, it's a great smoke.
That's a good one. I don't know if that's the one I'd want to be on a desert island, but that's the one I come back to.
I mean, again, everybody's different. Everybody's different, There's some guys out there that'll say they'd like to be on the island with a new Cuba bundle cigar. I mean, they'd like to be out there with a good $2 and $3. There's nothing wrong with that, man.
Angles for easier lighting. That is very true. I'm a sucker for the angle, easy lighting. That way I'm not having to turn or tilt. I can just... Yep.
I remember when the Party Source used to sell these. These aren't...
Yeah, Josh, the cigar manager, he saw that and he's like, "Where did you get this? I've been trying to get them. I bought it from here."
I don't even think these are made anymore, to my knowledge. I mean,
unfortunately, not.
Nick would know before I do, but I mean, that's.
Yeah, there's a sister brand of it. Does not quite work as well, but it works in a pinch. This one, I feel like I could put the
job done. Gets the job done.
Fireworks even. Let's see
Fire
here.
just burns
Makes
like
it
a nice toasted. There you go. Absolutely. And some guys do like matches. I mean, I've heard the argument that matches.
Well, the Cigar Ninja prefers the matches.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's some. Well, there's some people in the cigar industry that say that matches produce a lot of sulfites that can get into the cigar. But the truth is,
then there are the guys that argue about butane.
Right.
Butane gets
the reason I like a torch is because of wind. Honestly, that's the primary reason.
Lighting a cigar on a deck on a windy day or on a boat with a match is a pain in the fanny.
It is, and you'll fry through a whole pack before you get that thing lit.
And it's just like, and then you're having, next thing you know, you've got your whole cigar.
A torch, you got your travel humidor. You can put your torch, your cutter in there, 3 or 4 cigars of your choice, whatever you want, and go out and have fun.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many
Yeah.
cool things to see and just do. I mean, just cigars. I mean, I could go to beer. There's a beer for every style for everybody out there. Cigars are the same way. There's a cigar for everybody and everything, even people who don't smoke. And nobody says you have to inhale. You can just taste it. And I mean, you don't have to retrohale, which I've had people say, well, that's where all the flavor is.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
If a cigar is good,
No, you're like,
if it's
this
a
is
well-blended
wonderful.
cigar, yes, like the Las Six Provincias, and many other ones like that, and people will, again, they're going to try multiple cigars till they find, like, you know, I got my top 6 in mind, like with flavor, and that's what you see. Everybody's got their own little collection that they go, hey, you know what, this is where my palate is. This is what I like.
Okay, I'm going to do my top 3 real quick. My father's.
Okay.
Definitely, I love him. I'm going to say Makers. Let's see here, the Perdomo. Oh my goodness, the Perdomo anniversary stuff.
Nick Perdomo has done a
gosh.
fabulous job with his cigars. And you know what? His cigars are great, and they're priced very well, too. They're priced very well. And
they're creamy smokes.
Mhm.
They are a moist cigar. They're really
Right.
just, oh my goodness, man. You pair that with a steak, and you've got an evening from heaven, especially
Absolutely.
a grilled steak. I mean, you start diving into, of course, my favorites, which are the KFC, which for me you just can't really beat. But then, of course, you start getting into like these little sticks, which are just really, really simple. Like this guy here,
what you got there? The Macanudo.
Macanudo. Super simple smoke, inexpensive.
Yep.
Quick little puff on the. I mean, what was that? We feed these on the quick smoke for the long, cold winter nights.
That's
We
right.
got that there, and then let's
You got
see
quite
here.
the collection rolling.
Yeah, well, thanks to you, Greg. Thanks to you, and then we got.
You know, I know
David
a guy.
off,
when you invite me over, I bring you cigars.
and of course, how can you forget Romeo and Juliet?
It's a classic. The
Oh,
Reserve Real.
wonderful smokes.
Mhm.
Let's see here. What is this? This is one of those. What was it? That 5 for 5 pack that we had. Quick smoke, even though it's very long.
Alec Bradley. Yep.
Green wrapper. Very flavorful. Very
It's called
nice.
a Take 5.
And then, of course, I cannot tell you how much I am looking forward to smoking that guy. You want to fill him in on that one?
Oh, the anniversary Padron. Yeah,
And this is
incredible.
like feeling shark skin. Oh, that
it's
is
fabulous. It's
beautiful.
you talk about an after dinner cigar. One definitely with bourbon. I'll tell you what I like with that is Colonel Taylor.
Oh,
And
you went for the big gun.
I did.
The
I
big
did.
gun.
I told you. You know what? Life's short, man. You go
Life's
heavy.
short. Have a
Life
good
is short.
cigar.
You go heavy. You go hard. Don't be
there
afraid
we
to spend
go.
the money on a good cigar.
This is a nice wrap. This one is a really cool wrap. This one is the Chow.
No, that's CAO. That's their
Sorry.
flavors line. This is called the Moon Trance. This is it's got like a bourbon and fruit note to it.
He's got
Really
a
really
bit of
interesting.
a cigar box wrapping on
It's
him
a cedar.
there. Just to
It's
hold
got a
him in
cedar wrap.
And this is just a wonderful smoke. Again, it has that lovely cigar shark skin feeling, sandpaper feel. This is another great smoke. My God, that is like fresh picked apricots. Absolutely
There's one to go with your root beer.
wonderful. That will go with the root beer indeed, with that Abita.
That one sells quite a bit for the flavor crowd. And you know what? It's no shame to smoke a flavored cigar.
Absolutely
A
not.
lot of guys really go back and forth on that. They're like, "Hey, man, you're not a traditionalist if you aren't smoking a real cigar." Well, maybe so, but again, everybody's different. That's a personal preference.
I will never like bourbons. I will never mock you for what you're drinking. You like
Right.
Jim Beam, you like Jim Beam. See, Park Bear, he says, let's see here. Well, sorry, so I'm jumping ahead here. Let's see here. They do not have matches with this one up. And then Park Bear, do you prefer beer, bourbon, scotch, or any other spirit while smoking a cigar? That goes with what I'm smoking. Most of the time, I love bourbon. I love a cocktail. I'm definitely a big cocktail fan. I make everything from Black Manhattans down to the rich Amaro heavy bitter cocktails, which I made this guy one of them. That was
Oh my God.
so bitter it will inside out.
Yep.
You pair that with a cigar, but most of the time, like we paired all three of these. We did with this one we did a Beta root beer. We did the home style beer, and we did the Long Branch bourbon. For that, I think honestly the beer tastes better, but most of the time I'm diving in the bourbon when I'm doing my cigars. A nice peaty nice peaty, let's say Lagavulin, which has
Yeah.
jumped up in price, unfortunately. If not,
Hmm.
the Freud works very well with a mild cigar because you're getting that rich smokiness.
I like the Dalmore cigar malt.
Oh, you went for the one made for cigars. Why not?
I, it works. The shoe fits. I've had it numerous times, and I'm telling you, that is it's worth every penny. Scotches like that. I mean, that's fantastic.
Oh my word, the flavor has changed so much now. So, let me give a new breakdown here, and we got. Let's give a new breakdown here.
I'll take another when I get a chance.
Take a pick.
You prefer beer, bro? Let's see. I like bourbon, peach, Scotch, gin, or good choices. Real good choices.
Gin or gin and tonic. Gin. I like a gin. I like a really classic herbal gin. Emphasis on the juniper, chasing in with all the extra additive item flavors to it, such as like some of them now you're getting like lavender, lemongrass, even rose petal added in there. That is, in my opinion, a modern day gin. Classic gin is where I go. We're talking about London Dry for my gin, but for a peaty Scotch, I am going. Let's see here. Most of the time, my go-to for that is Ardbeg. Ardbeg peat. It's affordable, and it is a delightful boggy stomp, and it's wonderful for bourbon. I love classic thick bourbon, corn heavy, more emphasis like Colonel E.H. Taylor, which you can taste the rich tannins of the barrel. You can dive into the, jeez, man. I like the Weller stuff too. They're sweeter, they're easier to drink. My first love of bourbon. Cheers, Ardbeg fanboy. Oh, I love that. Did you try the Ann O perchance? If
Ardbeg
not,
is
oh
classic.
gosh, that's wonderful stuff. Gave me your trash. I'll pick it up later. I have a fire pit
Nothing but
behind
the
me,
best
guys.
for J.O.
My first love in bourbon, the one that I was trained on bourbon was not Colonel, Elmer T. Lee. I was trained on Elmer, and it breaks my heart that we cannot find him now.
It's tough.
Oh, we got Caleb, a new guy. I've been on a big Ardbeg kick. I would be on Lagavulin, but Ardbeg is a good, inexpensive alternative. That's the reason why I love Ardbeg. It's jolly good, it is inexpensive, and it's great. Now, I'm not familiar with you, Caleb. Let me check you out here. Let's see here. Greg, what are you firing up?
I switched to an Avo real quick, a Nicaragua.
I hate. Hang on, let me see if I can save my cigar. I'm still getting heat out of there. I think it may have gone out. I hate that. Party foul. Grab your lighter there. Sorry, man.
It's all good.
Ben the bartender smiling at us. He sold me a Calumet a couple of months ago. Was it one of our private barrels? Did it have a labeled the party source on there? If not, we've been. Ah, yes. The 10-year-old? We really appreciate. Honestly, I love hearing this. The people saying, "Yeah, you gave me, you got me this, you turned me onto that."
That I think that's what live's all
I
about.
love this.
Being interactive. You know what I mean?
I love this.
It's like everybody's right here, and that's what I like about it.
It was a 10. Awesome. Yes, that was about 3 months ago. That was a delightful barrel. That was man, that was limousine French oak.
I remember that.
Oh god, yeah, I
remember
remember
that.
you and I would drink that one after work.
That was fantastic. Nothing short of amazing.
Greg and I don't hang out nearly enough, and I'm hoping with, I was thinking I wouldn't see him as much, but hopefully we're still going to see a lot of each other.
Here's what I want everybody to know. I'm still around. I'm still, I, just because I'm off doesn't mean I'm not around. People can call, come over, anything. And that's something I talked about doing is like I got numerous customers that were telling me, like, when I left, they wanted to everybody wanted to get together, and I said, and I told them, I said, we'll go. I'm going to do like a little road trip kind of thing. Go visit a lot of customers. You know what I mean? I want to come to people's backyards, enjoy a good
Like
cigar,
right now.
all that stuff. You know.
That's one of my favorites in Greg's box
The
right
New
now.
World.
New
Yeah.
World, AJ
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
Good stuff.
And then this is another one, the Tatuaje. Huge fan of that one.
Go home.
Going off of what you're talking about there, Ben,
Delicoso.
you really can't punch that. You will have to clip that one.
Yeah.
So
I think
you
I had a
can't rely
question there from
exclusively on
there's
it.
a cable. Let's see.
Oh, what we got? Did we miss somebody?
Greg, where you going? I'll tell you what. Got some, like I said, some entrepreneurial endeavors I'm doing. A lot of different things. Got a potential move happening here, possibly to Florida. And
Which I'm definitely
You
going to
know.
come visit you in Florida.
No
you and I can
question.
definitely do a live stream down there.
no question.
We get some good cigars
Yeah.
and just...
And it's not going to be right away. It's just I had a whole lot to take care of. I had a whole lot to do and things like that. So I'm still around. And you know what? Even if I go, I mean, that's going to be something where I'm going to be back quite a bit, on and on, and so on and so on.
Yeah,
So
you're not going to be a stranger.
no, not at all. Not at all.
If we need more beer, I got more in there. Let's
They
see
would
here.
like to know, is there any, thank you, Cable.
Releasing and hitting the shelves. We've got some new private barrels that we've picked. I'm going to keep it kind of quiet now, but look for some cool stuff in the near future. Florida's a good place to be. Let's see, for context, Greg, I'm the guy
I'd lived
who
there
has
for
me
10
for-
years,
okay.
and I was back for 10 years, you know, because my folks were getting older at the time. Came back, and first year I moved back, everybody dies on me, so
Don't you hate that?
hasn't been so bad. I met wonderful people like you, and so on and
I
so
got
on.
to meet
but,
you, so that was a bonus.
and that's a big thing, you know. Life's like a roller coaster, man. You just don't know. It's got a lot of twists and turns, and so nonetheless, I'll tell you what, I'm happy. I'm real happy about the future. I am.
I'm starting to get the warm smoke now. So I'm going to give a...
You're right where I was.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a great breakdown here.
I'm smoking him out. You notice the wind's going that way?
I'm starting, the apricot is now becoming kind of a peach fuzz, which I start getting that when it gets warmer.
Yep.
The barnyard fresh hay is gone. It is very, very creamy, like I've eaten a very fancy cream cheese. Kind of more of a feel than anything. Couple of bottles. Oh, Kragalaki. Yeah,
Kragalaki.
I appreciate you picking that up.
That's a good nickname for him, Kragalaki.
Kragalaki, we have a 19-year-old Kragalaki. Not old enough to drink itself, but it is 19 years old. It is a private barrel, completely and totally a unchill, filtered, rich Scotch for anybody who loves a Scotch. It has a bit of sherry note to it. It's about $1.50 a bottle, $1.50 a bottle, but it is a single barrel. We only got about 200 private barrels of that.
Wow.
People who love it, and honestly, I'm glad to see you guys love it, especially you, Park Bear. I mean, always happy to turn customers on to private things like that.
And like I just said before, if anybody wants to get turned on to something great, come see J.O. I mean,
yeah. Wednesday, Thursdays, I'm upstairs in Studio 1A, but you can always feel free to ask for me.
Yep.
Friday, Saturday, Sundays, normally about 1 to 9, 12 to 8, I'm downstairs on the education table, the tasting table. You need any questions answered, I can always try. It does sometimes get a little busy, but I'm always happy to show you, turn you on to something new, pair you with it, even show you stuff that you can do with cocktails. And I just, watching the video stream, I'm loving seeing that smoke going in front of the camera.
it's a beautiful thing.
It really is. This, I cannot express how fantastic of a smoke this Lost 6 Provincia is.
That's a winner. That is a winner.
Definitely a winner.
And you know what? You know, I'll tell you, everybody down there in the humidor at Party Source is a great palate.
Yeah, we have
I mean,
Josh, Nick.
we got it. What it is, there's a team there of seasoned palates. I mean, some
Real
with
quick.
like, yeah.
Log on to the Party Source Cigars Facebook page.
Yes.
Give it a like as well.
Yeah.
On the picture, you'll see Greg, unfortunately, is in the pic, but he's no longer with them. We have 2 new guys. One of them is a new guy. Don't judge him. He's 19 years old. Jared. Jared is being groomed
He's awesome.
by Nick and by Josh, and I guarantee you, by the time that guy is 25, he is going to be one of the biggest cigar palates in the industry, if he's not known. But I tell you, that kid is fan-friggin-tastic.
So is Bob Schiller. Bob Schiller's in the brand
Bob
new
is another one just showed
customer. He has a many years of experience in the cigar business, and I'm telling you, you got, again, the team is just assembled to where everybody has such a great palate. They're going to put you on some of the best tasting cigars you've ever had in your life.
Velvet Kisses. This is becoming Velvet Kisses. You just don't feel
I
it.
thought you were talking dirty to me again. Anyway.
Whap. I can't talk dirty. Well, I can talk dirty. We're not on the clock.
I hope I don't get fired over this. John Styles,
No.
if you're watching this, close your ears. No.
Yeah, speaking
Love
of
and miss
cigars,
you
guys
guys,
and
man.
knows, we have Micah Dennison, our assistant GM, and we have John Styles. Real quick, what's Caleb say? Let's see. So I know the BMG signets are going away. How many models do you have left, and do you have a recommendation of a similar cigar price range? Replace them, or will they go away completely? Unfortunately, I do not know that answer. I will have to get back to Nick on that one. Get back to Josh or Nick on that one.
Yeah. You know, I was going to talk about, we're going back to this cigar.
We're not going to ignore you on that one, Caleb.
Right.
That's one of them I'm afraid we're going to have to answer in person, because the guy who does the buying is unfortunately the guy who'll know that one. But real quick, going back to John and Micah, both of them, they run the store, but they came from cigar roots.
Absolutely.
Especially Micah, and he makes sure
Absolutely.
he brings in the best stuff. And so, Josh, really quiet, but that man knows so much about cigars.
You know, I've known Josh a long time. I've known Mike, people like that, and John, and I mean, we're going way back, and I mean,
Okay, cool.
such a
Thanks, man.
fantastic group of people. I mean, truly, the leadership is exceptional there. It really is. All cylinders fire in that humidor, and the reason they always are superior, number one, is experience and customer service.
You need some water?
The customer service, I'm good. I got a table full of beverages, but the customer service that was driven there is just, you can't find anywhere else.
Yeah.
You can't. I mean, and
We're
you
gonna
know,
brag on that thing for a minute. There's a reason why they have
Yeah.
won fan favorite awards for years, because they just don't have incredible prices on the cigars. Those guys are amazingly knowledgeable.
and it's no surprise, you know, every year, like, you know, Mike went to the trade show last year. Who else? Who better
Oh,
to
Mike
get?
Schneider, we haven't talked about. I'm
Right.
sorry, Mike.
We're gonna get it to you, Mike.
Mike is mostly there at nights. You will never meet a more gentle soul with so much knowledge. He knows his beers inside and out.
Absolutely.
And the thing is he doesn't talk about it. You start talking to him about it, he'll fill you in and get you on some of the best cigars around. As well as not only that, turn you on some fantastic beer if you're willing to talk to him.
You know, I remember when the first time when I was still living in Florida, I'd come up, and when I get my cigars from Party Source, because the prices are just, you ain't gonna find better prices on cigars, you won't. And when I would come up, Mike was the guy that was always there. Man, he put me on some of the best cigars in the world. He taught me a lot about what I know, and
When I think of the
just an
humidor,
extraordinary man. Just
he's the first
truly,
guy I think of.
truly, everybody needs to go see, you know, go in there and see Mike. Go see.
Now, what does Mike look like? He looks like me. We've been accused of being brothers on a regular basis. People think that we're brothers. In fact, I'll go in and say,
He
this
has
is
dark
my
hair,
brother
though.
Mike. Mike, same size, shape, build. Probably some kind of relation somewhere along the line. Don't know. But I don't know if my family had any relation to Schneiders along the way. But Mike
Well,
is also an actor, so.
That's right. And I mean, the whole crew. I was truly blessed to say I got to work there with that crew. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. I mean, people like you know, you're in liquor. Everybody in the Party Source, Case Central, everybody, the cashiers, the management, everybody in between, stockroom, you name it. I mean, that is what, you know, that's the biggest thing I miss.
Yeah.
Right there,
It's-
is because that environment was very family,
We're
family.
100% employee owned.
Yep.
And so the employees actually own the company. But it is, everybody is so family friendly. Everybody knows each other. We're very willing to help each other out because
Very much.
that's the biggest thing. Was first thing I came in there is just like, if you start out as a sack boy, they're willing to train you and stuff. I lucked into the industry completely and totally. I started out as a quick history on me. I started out developing candies, where I did that for 5 years, and after I left that, I made the mistake of going into banking. Thought I'm going to go back to my palate. So I started studying wines, and the man, it wasn't at the party source, and the man I was working for at that time said, "You're going with me to Buffalo Trace tomorrow." So I went to Buffalo Trace, and it's 9 o'clock in the morning. We step in there. There's 7 barrels of W.L. Weller, 7 barrels of Elmer T. Lee. So that's 7 glasses at barrel proof of each. That's 14 glasses. And then there's 7 glasses of each behind that cut. So the idea is you taste barrel proof and then you taste cut.
Right.
And thank you very much. We do respect each other. Greg is a great guy. I'm going to miss him so much. But I started drinking this, and I'm thinking when I taste this stuff, I think, I can't drink amaretto. How can, I'm studying wine. How am I going to get anything out of this bourbon? I start tasting, writing my notes. 3 glasses in, I'm dying. I'm choking. I'm red in the face. I can't drink barrel proof. And the guy comes by, and Brian was his name. And Brian takes my notes from me, and he says, "You have a good palate, J.O." And he slaps it in my chest. "Tomorrow you're going to be my bourbon guy." And I'm like, oh crap, I got to learn how to drink bourbon.
What a shame.
And
what
so
a pitiful shame.
He took me under his wing and started training me. And then shortly after I left that company, about 2 years later, I started working at the Party Source. And strangely enough, it was because the owner, well, the then GM, recognized what I'd done in the candy industry, and he's like, "I'm bringing you in because I know your candies." I'm like, "Well, thank you." And,
the Candy Man.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gone Liquor Man.
Yeah, my friends called me Willy Wonka.
I mean, what a
day.
story. I didn't quite know the background you had with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well, thank you. That he always gets his home stock from the Party Source. There's a reason why we always get it from the Party Source.
Thanks, brother.
We thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's
Oh, man, did I go out again? I'm getting extreme chocolate notes now. Yeah, I'm getting the heat, but I'm not getting any smoke at all. This is when the up lights go better than the pointing toward your mouth lights.
But like we said, they'll never get a better customer service experience, better cigars, better prices, all that stuff. Get down to the Party Source. That's where it's at. The whole thing.
There we go. I don't want to lose this cigar. This cigar is so wonderful. So next, check out that La Provincia, La Six Provincia when you come in. They have them also in some really cool boxes as well. Rather than this, the classic flat cigar boxes, they have this really cool design on the front of them. Really, really good stuff. Oh, wow. That is a fantastic smoke.
This has been an awesome afternoon.
We've been doing this for an hour and a half.
I've truly enjoyed this. I mean, thanks so much for your time, man.
I thank you very much. And,
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Joining the best audience. I mean, we got a lot of interaction going today. I mean, I'm loving it. So, where are we at? Thursday? I mean,
yeah.
Losing track of my days.
Now I'm getting
starting to think I gotta get up at 8 o'clock and come in tomorrow. I might do that. Come in. I'm gonna have to do an impromptu day and come back in and just join the guys and start handing out bags.
I'm getting a very rich buttery note now, coming in with hints of chocolate on the back. I mean, it's just becoming so buttery now.
It is. That's the first thing come to mind when I smoked that. I thought had that rich Habano, like caramely, buttery flavor to it. And that's what I was gonna say. You got Josh and Nick, 2 solid professionals who go to the trade shows, and you know something? When you got 2 good palates at the top running the boat, they know how to pick cigars. They know
Which
how
one
to.
am I smoking? Sorry, Las Provincia 6. And what are you smoking?
I'm currently on an Avo Nicaragua, right there. So, but you know, they have a good knack at picking out some great brands.
And
I mean,
not only that,
you know what's
everybody
cool is they
knows
know,
them.
right,
Yeah.
and they know the customer's palate. They go in there and they pick out some of the best cigars, and it's just it's true cherry picking. It's what it is. So,
And the fact that they were able to get a couple of these 300 limited 300s there. They will come back from the trade show, and Josh will be like, J.O., you have to check out this.
Right.
Nick is the same way. Check
Right.
this one out. Oh, I got this new one in, J.O. Get some pictures of it to pair it with some cigars.
Right.
And it's just wonderful. Just fantastic. And this is definitely on my top list for the year. This is this Lost Six Provincia. About $14 a smoke. Savoriness out of this than I am that last T-bone I had.
that's great. I did too. I took mine all the way down to, I think, within a half inch.
Yeah, I'm going
In
to
the
show up
ashtray.
what you did there. He took it as far as he could there. I'm getting pretty close there.
Yep.
Oh,
Whenever I do it to a cigar, that is a fine cigar. That's what that is. I mean, that's something that, when it's producing that kind of flavor, makes it fun, don't it?
Another question, very close in cigars, is people ask me, what's your favorite? What am I drinking? What am I smoking?
True.
Have
you eaten? You know what I mean? It all depends.
Yeah, that is definitely important. You need to take into mind what you're eating, what you're drinking. I frequent a lot of the local bars because that's where you get the cool cocktail ideas.
Absolutely.
You never know, like,
Yeah.
what's this person doing with Pavon liqueur? What's this person? I never thought to do that with an old fashioned, and it's just
Right.
really, really cool to see those things happen.
Very true. It's just always good to, you know, try something new, venture out a little bit. You know, what I mean, like I said, we all got our favorites, but you know what? I don't want to hit the favorite every single day. You're going to get burned out.
Oh, goodness.
You're going to get burned out.
It's like
And,
eating your favorite food every day.
But cigars, I mean, over the last 10 years have been blended so well that there is no shortage of flavor going on. You know what I mean? There's just flavor everywhere.
So, yeah, okay. So let's talk about this here. Cigar pairings with a movie.
With a movie?
Yeah. It's kind of like, you know, what snack are you eating with the movie? You know, what are you doing? Like, let's say we're watching the original Die Hard.
Okay.
What's your first cigar that comes to mind?
The Nakatomi Plaza. No,
All
I'm
right.
kidding. That was a joke.
I caught that. I wasn't going to acknowledge it.
You know, a cigar comes to mind. Gosh, I mean, I never thought of movie pairings. So,
You don't do drink. Well, you do drink pairings with your.
yeah, I okay. If you're looking at like diet, for me, that's going to be like. I'll tell you when it comes to mind. Is a lot of depth and a lot of
Johnny Depp.
depth with the TH, and a lot of depth and a lot of flavor. I mean, I could pull several of the hat like, gosh,
I
like the Aroa.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah, like the Aroa CBT, the Maduro.
Okay.
The one in the premium room with the humidor. Let's see. Another one would be like the Perdomo 12-year.
Solid 2.5 hours smoke right now on this beer, on this cigar.
Oh, sure.
For me, I've gotten almost an hour and 40 minutes out of this smoke.
Another one for me, if I'm watching that movie, I'll tell you another good pairing is the Perdomo 12-year. You get the 12-year. I like the Maduro myself. Get that. I don't know. I'm on something on that rich depth
I think I've broken you by trying to pair a cigar with a movie.
with bourbon.
How about you guys? Any feedback on that? What kind of cigar would you put with Die Hard?
Die Hard.
And I hate to say it, but I think I've smoked that one as far as I can get. I really hate that.
It's a good
wonderful
sign.
I
It's
got
a
a
good
whole
sign.
box of them here, but I can't open it. So that was a Lost Six Provincia. Got only 300 of these cases were made. I'm going to use 2 hands because of that. It's on a
Right.
cradle swing. They say on the back here what number they are out of how many were made. The artwork on the box, I'm going to see if I can
You know, let me throw this out there
breaking
too. I know we're featuring this cigar as the nucleus today, but again, over the next couple weeks, everything, even to a month, a lot of the customers, man, get down there to the humidor because there's a lot of super premiums that are new that came out that they brought back, so or they got on order, and get down there and try them.
So yeah, we paired
The Party Source is on the cutting edge of getting the newest of the new, the hottest, the most flavorful smokes, things like that. So get down there and try them.
We paired it with a Vita root beer,
Yep.
which made it taste like a bread pudding with extra syrup on there, or
Yep.
extra sauce. We paired it with a Long Branch, not
Long
Long
Branch.
Row.
That's your nickname.
Yeah, that's
From Texas. He's a Texas boy too.
I am
Corpus, ain't it?
around that area. 8th generation Texan. My great grandfather helped build the flood walls of Corpus Christi. How did I
Awesome.
end up here? The airplane left me when I moved back from Great Britain. And we did it with
He's an orphan.
Bearded Iris home style.
Oh gosh.
So we did that, and honestly, I think the beer was the best pairing. So,
I think I as much as I love Long Branch, I mean, you got the oakiness of that, and like I just said, I think a lot of softer bourbons there's many you could pull out of the hat that would go with the scotches.
we only lost streaming twice while doing this.
But the root beer and the beer, yeah,
Definitely.
those two are my
So,
favorites.
I think that's going to wrap this up, guys. If you want to see more like this, just leave it in the comments of the basic ones.
Yeah.
We love it. Cheers, guys. You all were awesome. Thank you so very much for joining us. I'm Jonathan J.O.
And I am Greg Carroll.
And this was my buddy Greg. Park Bear, it was great hearing from you, as well as Ben the bartender.
Thanks for
Caleb,
joining in,
and
guys.
all of
We
you
really
guys
appreciate
who
it.
tuned in. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great one, and
All right.
cheers to you all. Let's see how we can shut this
Keep
down.
it smoky.
There it is. Goodbye, guys.